Oh, check it out, lens flare. Who's that guy? Star Wars. J.J. Abrams loves the lens flare. I guess it's a lens flare. Sorry about the poor quality. All right, and the topic, I guess, is let's rethinking society. Specific. I mean, look, rethink everything. We're not here to conform. We're here to make progress. That's a concept I wish more people were hip to. I mean, look at our square, boring, cities and city layouts, cityscapes. Here's what I would love. My dream and my vision for the future is I really want my own little community, my acres of land where it's not living with strangers. I mean, strangers are cool. I love strangers. I mean, I know I feed off meeting new people, but in terms of the place where I live, I want to live in close proximity to the people I love, family, friends, who I trust. That we have like a shared vision of what our lives are about. I like the idea of a small dwelling. I don't want a wife and kids, at least right now. I mean, definitely never want a wife. Don't believe in it. Go check my book about that. It's commitment, marriage doesn't make sense to me. Um, Maybe someday I'll want kids, but on that note, on that topic, I love being around kids. I like my nieces and nephews and getting that interaction with people's kids. I just don't want it 24/7. I don't want the responsibility. I'm too irresponsible. um, but and it's cool to have different. I mean, ages. I think on this, and I'm just riffing here, but I think that taking care of our elderly the way that more like Native Americans did. We had just a more healthy, humane way of dealing with different transitions of life. So I would really want, ideally, a community of people that really are into the small dwelling thing, living simply, living that have respect for animals and the earth, Mother Earth, or just the earth, the planet. I like the idea of having maybe really thoughtful layouts of uh, uh, networks of like bridges or landscaping and rivers and waterfalls. Why not? I mean, dream it, vision it first, and then it someday will manifest. Maybe not in this life, but at some point it just will. Why? Because you are the universe. You just are. We forget that, but that's cool. That's a topic for another video. Maybe I've covered already. Also, I like this, that we have, like, again, thoughtful approach to landscaping and growing healthy food. Blackberries, strawberries, squash, zucchini, whatever, tomatoes. Um, the community can then use and then save money and not, or have to, and it's healthy, no pesticides. It tastes better. I just think, man, I see all these shifts in humanity coming. Whether I'll be around for it or not is a question, but it will happen. It has to happen. I went vegan a few years back, so I'm into that movement. Certainly, whether you want to go 100% vegan or just get hip to the idea of cutting back on consumption of meat and red meat, processed meat, bacon, sausage, all this nonsense, processed food that the world is constantly selling you, you'll be happier, you'll be healthier, the planet will be better for it. It's worth the change. Just make a shift. Um, and Having that community kind of an area, uh, place where people can come together and eat and talk and share their dreams and their vision for their life. And because for me, again, I'll say it, I do love people. I love meeting new people. But the paradox is I don't really connect with most people. I like them in that dose, and then they want to talk about stuff I'm just not interested in, or they're just not on the same page. That's cool, no judgment, right? But those people I do really connect with, man, I treasure them. They're priceless to me. And when you're in that environment of like-minded people, just like I talk about in my relationship book, when you're with that partner who's on the same mission, the same vision, good conversation, then you light each other up. You start catching fire. Um, then life takes on a new level of flavor and fun, and it's awesome. It's hard to find, but it's worth striving for, because let's face it, guys, most people go through life and live lives of conformity and boredom. They never truly are authentic. They don't speak up for themselves. They don't fight for what they believe in, and the world suffers for it, and they die with all kinds of regrets. That is a sad life. I don't want that for anybody. And this is part of the wake up. That's a message to spread to everyone. Even if you disagree with me, it's cool. I don't want you to live a miserable life. Um, and that's just part of your evolution as a spiritual human being, to get past your fear, lose your, and become free. That's talking about religion. That's what God wants for you. That's what the universe wants from you. But you've got to earn it. You've got to struggle for it. And as much as I'm sharing this, that hopefully that I'll attract the right people to make it happen, I'm sharing it because I think other people will connect with this concept. Let's rethink it. So they can reap the benefits and the fruit of my concept. I think it'd be awesome. More culture, more music, more dancing, more fellowship. And it's like a hippie kind of commune idea, but it's different. I think people need, at least I need my space. That's why I don't want to get married either. I'm kind of a solitary guy, a lone wolf, if you will. Most of the time, I want to read, I want to think, I want to play guitar. I don't want to have conversation all the time. It becomes a chore for me. Um, and it's just important to have that individual space so that you can not be around people if should you not want to. But but you do have more of a tighter community web, and just so you know where I'm at, I live in a place called South Park, just south of Los Angeles, and it's I don't know what my people consider the barrio or South Central. It's not far as Watts or Compton, but economically it's challenged. You get a lot of homelessness and not a lot of jobs or high paying jobs. There's no real it's just it's economically challenged. But I say hello to everybody. I don't care and get the barking pit bull or whatever. I want to feel connected to people. It makes me feel alive, and I know it makes for just a better society. We can do better. Why on earth would we follow the same tired, failed examples of what like relationships are, what how our society should be, what a life should be about? We need rebels. Challenge the status quo. This is just one area. So I've rambled on, I think, long enough. Hopefully, some of this inspires you to maybe not think the same, but to think outside the box. Because the box sucks. Just doing things by the book is a recipe for disaster and failure because things change. Things evolve. Change is the one universal constant. So don't be afraid to be different. You are the people that are priceless. Okay. Okay, enough said. Wish you well. Bye.